The wrestling business has seen quite a number of families battle within the confines of the scored circle. From the Rhodes family getting the southern crowd behind them, to the Guerreros' rise through Mexico, to even the McMahon's family towering over as titans of sport entertainment. However, in recent years, one family dynasty that has been making waves comes from the Mysterios.
Connecting to Rude, cover, hook of the leg, my God!
Rey Mysterio is a legend, with a Hall of Fame induction coming right around the corner. But Dominik, his son, has decided to distance himself from his iconic father to carve a new path on Raw. And with their match at WrestleMania 39 looking to be one of the big talking points of the event, I think it's time to take a look back at the history between the two. Today, we dive into the familial battle between Rey and Dominik Mysterio. And where else to begin than with Dominik's real father? In the build-up to 2005 SummerSlam event, Rey was involved in a feud with longtime ally and rival, Eddie Guerrero. The history between these two has become stuff of legend these days, as they would routinely tear the house down whenever featured on the card. Both backstage and on screen, these two have had built up a rather personal relationship, sometimes filled with love, sometimes filled with hate. But during this feud, Eddie revealed something shocking about Rey Mysterio. Rey's young son, Dominik, was secretly the son of Eddie Guerrero. Eddie, in one of his most villainous moments, tried to take Dominik away from the Mysterios in a custody of Dominik ladder match at SummerSlam. By the end of the now famous bout, Rey would find himself retrieving the briefcase and keeping his son. However, back then, we didn't know anything about the 10-year-old Dominik.
Look, he's wearing a $500 off-white flannel. Like, look, it's just a question. I mean, what are you going to tell me next?
Nor did we know that his future would be as an active in-ring competitor. But in 2018, Dominik would start training to become a pro wrestler and follow in his dad's footsteps. And over the span of about a year, Dominik would start making sporadic appearances alongside his father in 2019. But in May of 2020, Dominik would start getting involved in a heated rivalry between the Mysterio family and the team of Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. And after a few years of training, Dominik decided to enter the ring on behalf of his family. This personal rivalry led Dominik to his first match against Rollins in a street fight. And while the SummerSlam match would conclude with a loss for Dominik, the crowd watching from home could see the potential in this young upstart right away. His performance was shocking for many. Considering the lack of experience, many fans were nervous for the young man. However, in the match, he proved that he was both athletic enough and talented enough to be a WWE superstar. And Dominik would just continue to raise the bar with each passing match, whether it be teaming alongside his dad or his rare solo outings.
Going after Rey Mysterio, taking his eye off Dominik, roll up, one!
Dominik was indeed ready for the spotlight. He even proved this back with his win alongside his dad against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania Backlash to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. He has proved so much that by the time WrestleMania 38 had rolled around, he was trusted enough by the company to compete in a celebrity showcase match against The Miz and Logan Paul. Of course, this kind of spotlight is only reserved for the safer and better competitors on the roster, so it was a true testament to Dominik's skills that he was trusted in this position.
Has a major problem in Dominik Mysterio.
But the story between Dominik and his father would take a hard turn during their feud with the Judgment Day. You see, the faction also saw Dominik as a huge asset, and they felt that his father was only holding him back. Dominik's spotlight has always been shared with his father, and the Judgment Day used this fact to manipulate the father-son team. And following the constant tampering from the Judgment Day, it all came to a head at the Clash of the Castle. Following a tag team match featuring the Judgment Day and longtime friends Edge and Rey Mysterio, the Judgment Day would find themselves on a losing end of the battle. However, even though they lost the fight, the war was far from over. And in this war, the Judgment Day had recruited one less soldier in the form of Rey's son, Dominik.
Look out, Priest from behind, Mysterio trying to fight back.
After the match, Dominik kicked both Edge and Rey right between the legs as he aligned himself with the ever-growing stable. And with this turn came a whole new version of Dominik Mysterio. Instead of clinging onto the legacy of his father, Dominik would actually start to morph his personality around a younger version of Eddie Guerrero. He has been annoying, manipulative, and a total brat, all while being protected by his mammy, Rhea Ripley. The two, over the past few months, have become quite the power couple, with Rhea's power proving to be a huge asset for Dominik. Cut to Thanksgiving, and the influence of the Judgment Day has fully taken hold of Dominik. Instead of going home and having a lovely Thanksgiving meal with his family, Dominik decided to cause a little bit of chaos. Rhea Ripley and Dominik Mysterio ambushed the rest of the Mysterio family. At Christmas, it didn't fare much better for the Mysterios, as a similar event happened at Dominik's grandparents' home. Following a few blows, including a slap by Rey's wife to Rhea Ripley, the police would arrive to take Dominik into custody.
What about his fair play?
Dominik would comically apply this arrest to his character, saying that he was arrested among the most dangerous of inmates possible. In all reality, Dominik was only in the county jail for just a few hours. However, the attacks would only continue. At the Royal Rumble event, when Rey's music hit for him to enter the titular 30-man Battle Royale, he was nowhere to be seen. But his absence was quickly explained away when Dominik would enter the match sporting Rey's iconic mask as a sign that we would not see the master of the 619 for the rest of the evening. After all the attacks, the betrayals, and the deceit, Rey Mysterio has finally been pushed too far. At WrestleMania 39, it's going to be a multi-generational battle as Rey will take on his son, Dominik. Over the past few months, we've watched as Dominik has completely transformed. From the heroic son of his father to cocky and protected young Bran, Dominik has really proven himself in the WWE, and now he looks to fully cement his legacy with a match against his father. But will he be able to take the mantle of his father, or will Rey finally get revenge for all the pain his son has given his family? Let us know down in the comments what you think will happen, and while you're at it, why not like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the pro wrestling content. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, everyone.